Hello and welcome back to episode 3 in this tutorial series where I will be walking you through Datapack creation. In the last video we took a look at how to create custom recipes for your world. In today's video we will be covering advancements, how they work, and what you can do with them. But before that I need to talk about what an advancement is. An advancement is an event that is triggered by completing specific tasks or meeting specific criteria in-game. There are many criteria you can use to trigger these events, and I'll try to explain each one, but I may gloss over a few by mistake and you'll probably want to do some testing on your own. And in all honesty, I openly invite you to do so. In my opinion, there's no better way to learn how to do these things than to mess around and test it yourself. So go for it! The file format for an advancement is a lot longer than any of the recipe files we created in the last episode. Today I'm going to go through the file format and explain each individual part and then go over criterias, requirements, and rewards. So let's get to it. In the examples we're going to be doing today, we will be starting by creating a new page in the advancements menu by creating our root advancement, followed by creating an advancement linked to the root, then creating an advancement linked to an already existing Minecraft advancement, and then creating an advancement that doesn't display at all for our player. The last type of advancement is really important in some cases for Datapack creators, but we'll get into that later. For now, let's create our new advancement root to start a new page. Let's start off by creating a new folder in our namespace folder called Advancements. Inside of this Advancements folder, create a new folder and name it whatever you want this page to be for. For example, all of the end related advancements are in a folder called End, and all nether related advancements are in a folder called Nether. In this case, I'm going to name my folder Test. Please note that this step is unnecessary but is recommended to keep everything organized, especially if you plan on having more than one page created in the Advancements menu. Inside of the folder, go ahead and create a new JSON file and name it root.json. Go ahead and open that on up and we can start creating it. Like all JSON files, we'll start off with our first set of curly brackets. The first section of this file is the display section. This section determines everything visible to the player for this advancement. You start with the keyword display, followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. Inside of these curly brackets, we will add the keyword icon, followed by a colon and another set of curly brackets. Inside of here, we will include the keyword item followed by a colon and the item you want to represent this page. An example of this is in the Adventure tab in the Vanilla Minecraft Advancements is Minecraft:map. For our example, I'm going to set my item to use a diamond axe, so I'm going to put Minecraft:diamond_axe. The icon also accepts NBT data to further customize this item icon. In this example, I'm going to put a comma after Minecraft:diamond_axe, and on the next line I will put NBT followed by a colon and a set of quotes to make a new string. Inside of the string, I'm going to include a set of curly brackets followed by enchantments, colon, followed by a set of square brackets with curly brackets inside of them. Inside of these curly brackets I will put LVL for level, colon, 1S with a lowercase s, comma, ID, colon, and then enchantment, backslash, and then in quotes, Minecraft:mending, ending backslash, ending quote. This is going to do two things for our advancement page. It will create the icon used to label the page for our advancement, and will also set the icon used for the first advancement in that page. And in this case, the icon will be an enchanted diamond axe. Next, we can set up the title for this page. After the curly brackets for the icon, put a comma, and on the next line, use the keyword title, followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. Inside of these curly brackets, put text, followed by a colon and a string of text for what you want the title to be. An example of this in the adventure page title is just adventure. In this example, I'm going to call mine betrayal. We can also set the formatting on this text. With text formatting, we can set the color using two different methods. Both start with the color keyword followed by a colon. The first method has the colon followed by a string with the color name. There are 17 valid color names you can use, such as black, dark_blue, dark_green, dark_aqua, dark_red, dark_purple, gold, gray, dark_gray, blue, green, aqua, red, light_purple, yellow, white, and reset. The second method has the colon followed by a string with a number symbol followed by the hexadecimal value of the color. For example, the hexadecimal value of the number sign FF0000 is red. We can also set the text to be bold by including the bold keyword followed by a colon and the word true. We can set the text to italic by including italic followed by a colon and the word true. We could do the same for underline and obfuscated, which will make the text look like it's glitching. Personally, I'm going to leave mine as just bold. Underneath the title section, we can set up another section called Description. This is the text that will display with the advancement. We can format this the same way we can format the title. It takes the text for whatever the description says. In this case, I'm putting, "How could you do this?" We could also set other formatting settings like the color, which I'm going to be setting to blue. And I'll also set it to italics as well. After description, we can begin setting up the rest of our display settings. The next thing we're going to change is the frame type of this advancement. The frame is the shape of the advancement in the menu. There are 3 frames we can use: Challenge, which is used for the fancy spiked border, Goal, which is used for the rounded border, and Task is used for the standard square border. To set this up, let's add a comma after the description section. On the next line, add in frame, followed by a colon, and either challenge, goal, or task. Next, we can set up the advancements to either display on the player screen or not when they achieve it. Most root advancements do not do this, but if you would like the player to know they have unlocked a new page, we can set it up with the following. After the frame section, add a comma, and on the next line we'll add show_toast followed by a colon and the word true. And to announce it to the chat, we will add a comma after that with the new line underneath. We'll add announce_to_chat followed by a colon and the word true. This will announce it to the chat when a player unlocks this advancement. For root advancements, this is usually false. We can set whether or not to hide this advancement until it's unlocked. This has no effect on the root advancement since they only show the page when they become unlocked. However, their children can use this to stay hidden until they are unlocked. We can do this by using the hidden keyword followed by a colon and the word true. This next part is only used by root advancement and doesn't have any effect on the advancements that stem from this first one, and that's background. Background uses a texture from resources to determine what the background of the page is. For example, the background for the adventure page is Minecraft:textures/GUI/advancements/backgrounds/adventure.png. We could actually use any texture in our resources to use as our background, as long as we have the file location. For example, if we wanted our background to be netherite blocks, we can set our background to be Minecraft:textures/block/netherite_block.png. This concludes the display portion of our advancement. Next, we can begin to set up the criteria for how this advancement is earned. We will use the keyword criteria followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. We can have as many criteria as we want for our advancement. However, we must specify each one as its own criteria name. Inside of the curly brackets for criteria, you'll put the name of your criteria. In my example, I will name it killed_iron_golem, but you can name it whatever you want. This will be followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. Inside of the curly brackets, we need to specify the trigger event. There are 45 trigger events, and while I would love to explain them all in this episode, I don't think that would be practical, so I'll save them for a future episode and just leave a link in the description for where to find the triggers and what their setup looks like. I normally use the Minecraft fandom wiki for the advancement/JSON format to find the list of triggers. In this case, I'm going to use Minecraft:player_killed_entity trigger, so inside of my criteria killed_iron_golem, I will put trigger followed by a colon and then the trigger Minecraft:player_killed_entity. This trigger is only activated when a player kills an entity. However, we haven't specified what entity needs to be killed. After we set the trigger, we need to enter the keyword conditions followed by a colon and the set of curly brackets. The player killed entity trigger takes 3 optional parameters: entity, or the entity being killed, killing_blow, what was used to kill the entity, and the player, or the player that killed the entity. Leaving one out means that anything works to match that part of the condition. For example, leaving entity blank means that this will work on any entity. Leaving killing_blow blank means this will work with any item being used to kill the entity, including your hand. Leaving player blank means that player doesn't need to meet any specific traits, stats, or conditions. When setting up the entity, we will add the entity keyword to our conditions followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. Inside of these curly brackets, we can set the type tag followed by a colon and a string representing the entity type. In my example, this is going to be Minecraft:iron_golem. We can also set the NBT requirements using the keyword NBT followed by a colon and a string with the NBT data. I'll be using the NBT keyword followed by a colon and, in quotes, and in curly brackets, player created, all one word, capital P, capital C, followed by a colon and 1 lowercase b. player created is an NBT value in the iron golem used to determine if the iron golem was created by a player or not. 0B represents false, as in the iron golem was not created by a player. 1B would represent true, as in the iron golem was created by a player. We can check for other tags as well, such as any potion effects the entity has, any equipment it wears or wields, specific flags like if it's on fire, swimming, or if it's a baby. We can check what biome it's in, what block it's at, the dimension, the structure, the fluid it's swimming in, the light level, etc. In this case, for the killed_iron_golem condition, I'm just going to use type and NBT. For the killing_blow keyword, we can choose what damage type killed the entity. In this case, the damage type we are going to use is source_entity. The reason we are using this is so we can check to see if the player is using a specific item to kill the iron golem. After the entity section, we can go ahead and put killing_blow underneath, followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. Inside of those curly brackets, we'll enter our source_entity keyword, followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. And inside of that, we can include entity tags similar to the entity keyword from before. In my example, I'm going to use the NBT tag followed by a colon and a string for the NBT data. This is going to be, in quotes and in curly brackets, selected item, all one word, capital S, capital I, followed by a colon and another set of curly brackets. Inside of these curly brackets will be ID, colon, backslash, and then in quotes, Minecraft, colon, netherite_block, backslash, and then end quotes, and then the ending curly brackets, followed by the end quotes again. This will make it so that the item the player needs to have in their main hand needs to be a netherite block for this condition to pass. And in this case, I'm going to skip over the player keyword for this trigger. The setup is exactly like entity and source_entity, with tags to determine stats and traits about the player to pass the condition. Because I am skipping over the player keyword though, it means nothing about the player matters except what they use for the killing_blow. If we want to set up more criteria, we can do that by creating a new criteria name and setting its conditions. In this case, I'm going to make another one called killed_snow_golem that will follow mostly the same setup, except the type will be Minecraft::snow_golem, and it will not use the NBT tag. So for now, we'll go ahead and copy the killed_iron_golem and paste it into the killed_snow_golem. I'll change the type from iron golem to snow_golem, and I'll go ahead and remove that NBT tag. Next, we can set up the requirements for this advancement. Requirements detail what conditions we need to earn the advancement. After the criteria section, we will add a new section using the requirements keyword followed by a colon and a set of square brackets. These brackets do have to be the square brackets and not the curly brackets. For each requirement, you will use another set of square brackets and list the condition name in quotes. For example, in quotes, killed_iron_golem. If you want this advancement to require both of the conditions to have passed, you can do two sets of square brackets. One with killed_iron_golem and the other with killed_snow_golem. If you want those conditions to be interchangeable, so you can kill the snow golem or the iron golem, you can put them in the same set of square brackets separated by a comma. This makes it so only one of these conditions must pass for the requirement to be met. Lastly, we can set up the reward section. There are 4 rewards you can set up in your reward section. Recipes to unlock recipes in your crafting menu, loot from a loot table, experience, or a function to call. To set up the reward section, we'll type in the keyword rewards followed by a colon and a set of curly brackets. To add recipes, we'll include the recipes keyword followed by a colon and a set of square brackets. For each recipe you would like unlocked, you will specify the namespace and file path to the recipe you will be unlocking. For example, Minecraft::bow will give you the recipe for the Minecraft bow. Separate recipes to unlock with commas. If your recipe is a custom recipe in a different data pack, you can use the namespace of that data pack instead of Minecraft. For example, a recipe in this data pack would replace Minecraft with testing_datapack. To add loot tables to the reward, you'll include the loot keyword followed by a colon and a set of square brackets. For each loot table you want to get items from to give to the player, you will specify the namespace and the file path to the loot table you will be looting from. For example, Minecraft::entities/creeper will get loot from the creeper entity loot table. Separate loot tables to loot with commas. If your loot table is a custom loot table in a different data pack, you can use the namespace of that data pack instead of Minecraft. To add experience to the reward, you'll include the experience keyword followed by a colon and the number of experience to yield. And finally, to add a function to call for the reward, you'll include the function keyword followed by a colon and the function to run. All functions will use the namespace of the function, followed by a colon, followed by a file path to the function. If you're not sure how functions work, don't worry, that's going to be covered in the next episode. And that's how to create your own custom advancements. These are super important to call functions when certain triggers and conditions are met, and super important to add recipes to the player's crafting menu. To do some testing, I'm going to remove all the rewards from our rewards section. In Minecraft, I'm going to reload all the data packs by using the command /reload. You'll notice that I already have the betrayal advancement page, so I'm going to have to remove it from my advancements. To do this, I can use /advancement, revoke, @a, and in this case I'll do everything to remove all my advancements. Let's go ahead and test this by creating a snow golem and killing it with our netherite block. As you can see, I don't have the new advancement page, but when I kill a snow golem, I get the new page for betrayal. Right now I do have a visual bug for that background, but that is because I accidentally put an S at the end of block in our display. So after correcting it, it should now display correctly when I reload. Let's go ahead and reload and test it again. We'll go ahead and reload, put on our snow golem, and kill it with our netherite block. And if we check the advancement page, now it has the correct background. While this was unintended on my behalf, it is important to note and an important teaching opportunity for me to explain that even the smallest typo can cause a big problem in your advancement. What I'd like to do next is set up another advancement that connects to this root advancement. What we'll do is we'll have our root advancement only work for the snow golem, and then we make another advancement for the iron golem, and connect them together in that advancement page. So let's go ahead and configure this root JSON advancement to only work with the snow golem, and then we'll create another one for the iron golem. Afterwards, I'll go ahead and copy the root advancement and rename it to betrayal_iron_golem. Then we'll go ahead and change everything in this new JSON file to reflect the change required for it to only work with an iron golem. And lastly, to make sure that this advancement actually connects to the root advancement, we can use the parent keyword followed by a colon and a string representing what advancement this advancement should be connected to. In this case, this advancement is connected to testing_datapack : test/root to represent the root JSON we've been creating in the beginning. Now we can test this by summoning in our snow golem and killing it, and we can now see that we now have two advancements on this advancement page, and the second one is still locked. But once we kill this iron golem we created right here, we will be rewarded our second advancement. And the last thing I would like to show today is how to add an advancement to an existing page connected to an existing advancement. We're going to connect this new advancement to the Is It a Plane advancement on the Adventure tab. This isn't necessary, but I recommend creating a new namespace titled Minecraft. The reason I recommend this is so we know any advancement in here is going to be part of the default advancement pages. Let's start off by creating a new folder in our namespace folder called Advancements. I'm also going to create a subfolder called Adventure so that I know this advancement is going into the Adventure page. I'll then create my JSON file for this advancement named spyglass_enderman.json. My plan for this advancement is you will receive it when you look at an enderman with a spyglass with the title as No, It's Just Enderman. To connect it to another advancement, use the keyword parent followed by a colon and a string detailing the path to the advancement you're connecting it to. In this case, I'm trying to connect it to the Is It a Plane advancement in the Adventure tab, so my path will be Minecraft:/adventure/spyglass_dragon. Afterwards, I'll set it up just like any other advancement. Back in Minecraft, after we reload, we can see the advancement in our Adventure tab, connected to the Is It a Plane advancement. And if we use the spyglass and spot the Enderman, we will receive the advancement. And that concludes the Advancement Datapack tutorial. If you enjoyed and want to see more in this tutorial series, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I upload a video. And if you're not following already, please consider following me on Twitter, Instagram, and supporting me on Patreon, all at CurtisDoesADig. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one!